Hey everyone, I'm David Goldberg with Sarah McGoldrick, and welcome to another episode of Media Gold, a podcast by the Gold Clover Group. Today, we're talking marketing conferences, the meetups of the best and the brightest minds. These events to boost your education, network with potential clients and business partners, help you grow your business, grow yourself.
Last week, we talked about the best classes and courses you can take online and where to invest your money. Now we're taking it a step further and talking about the best marketing conferences out there and the
Mm-hmm.
importance of picking the ones that are actually relevant to what you do and feature experienced panelists and educators. These days, it's real easy to call yourself an influencer or an expert without the credentials to back it up. So when you're choosing a conference, you need to look carefully at the guest list or the speaker list and do some research on their background to see like what results they've actually produced. You may want to you want to be sure that you're getting your money's worth and that the conferences are actually a learning opportunity and a return on your investment on both yourself and your business.
Yep, there's a lot of people out there today, and they say like, "I'm a happiness expert, I'm a sex expert," but what qualifies that? Do you actually have some credentials to back it up? Do they have work experience to back it up? These are the kind of things you need to find out. So, along with that, things to consider. Look at what the return on your investment will be. A lot of these conferences, when you sign up, when you used to go in person, or I think now when you come online, there's some kind of delegate package. Sarah, you're talking about you've been to conferences before where you get some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, like I've been to different conferences where you get, great downloads or takeaways like books or worksheets or something that you can use and help your business grow long term. It's not just you show up, they talk, and then you go home again, sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah. And I was just thinking about, my conference days in university, going for Canadian University Press conferences, and they would give you condoms. And, I guess that is a good takeaway for some people. But, there's a lot more valuable things at these conferences we're talking about today.
Indeed.
So, along with that, you want to consider the location. Is this just a conference, or is it like part vacation for you? Is it going to be too distracting if it's in a really cool place like Vegas? If you really want to learn, you got to make sure you check out the location, like what the venue is, what hotel you're staying at. Is it filled with more socializing than learning? Maybe it's not right for you if you're, depending if you're like more introverted person, extroverted person, or if you're just all business. I know you were saying, Sarah, you've been to like a conference in Vegas before, and you could really tell that some people were a bit distracted.
Yeah, like they'd all show up nice and early for the event, but they'd already mentally checked out by about, lunchtime or shortly after because they wanted to be at the tables. I mean, Vegas is a fun, exciting place, and who wants to spend all your time listening to people, go on and on and on about, whatever they're an expert in. So a lot of people, they go to the classes, but they'd leave early or they wouldn't even bother going at all. They just wanted to go have some fun. So if you're that kind of person that is easily distracted or, isn't going to show up mentally,
Yeah.
besides just showing up physically, then you need to really be careful about what location you attend.
And you're also got to be careful about who the hosts and the guests are, right?
Exactly. A lot of people show up at these events who claim to be experts in a specific field, but you really need to be sure if they've got the credentials to back it up. Are they just friends of the people who are putting the conference on, or were they just like a cheap person to have come talk, and that's why they were picked? Most
Hmm.
conferences should be willing to invest a little bit of money in their speakers, or if they have some kind of partnership deal going on. So you just need to be sure of anyone who doesn't fully explain how they achieve their success as well. There's lots of people who talk in riddles almost, like I
Yeah.
did this and I did that, but there's no actual tangibles there. And in a lot of cases, these are just, like pyramid schemes where they're like, well, if you buy this or you buy into that or you give me money, then I will give you the keys to your success. And the minute you hear that kind of language, you're not talking to an expert. You're talking to, what would be essentially a snake oil salesman in the old days. So definitely look at who your speakers are and make sure that their hard work and dedication is a reflection of what you want in your business.
Yeah, if they're just saying to like be yourself, chase your dreams, live your best life, YOLO, then something's
Yes,
probably up.
exactly.
Uh, So let's get to these awesome events. We're going to start with Social Media Week happening here in Toronto. It's kicking off very shortly, November 16th. It's a virtual conversation series, virtual only, like so many things happening this year. Features a mix of industry experts helping you upgrade your digital marketing skills. Normally there'd be a number of events happening across the city, but like I said, it's all moved online. It's always making sure that they're timely and relevant with the panel discussions. This year, a big one they're looking at is representation and race and raising your voice on social media. And that features CBC's Dwight Drummond from CBC Toronto. And the great thing about this event is it not just looks at issues related to social media and marketing on a global lens, but also from a local perspective. Which obviously, if you are, a small business owner or you are into digital marketing and you're helping these small businesses who need more help than ever to stay afloat during these unprecedented times. This is a really important thing to have this very local lens to look at things. It's also very accessible, designed to teach rather than preach. A couple other really interesting speakers. We got Tim Hortons, director of digital and social media. I would really love to talk to this guy after my saga with my delivery money. I mean, I did get it back, but I'm very curious about the
Let
inner
the
workings of Tim
Timbits
Hortons.
go.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. And the head of TikTok Canada. I don't know if you guys know, but Sarah does some amazing TikTok cat videos. What is your TikTok handle, anyways? So
uh,
people
at
can know.
at Sarah in Frame,
Okay, perfect. Check it out. She has some wicked cats.
or I'm just a
Um,
crazy cat lady. Um,
Next one, Adobe Summit.
yeah, the Adobe Summit. So this is not everything has to be live, but this conference has gone online this year. Many things available for free and on demand. It includes the Adobe Summit, where you can listen to some of their leaders in B2B marketing, e commerce, and advertising about the latest innovations in the industry. And there's even a free 14-minute interview with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I listened to some of it, and I'm not a huge football fan, but Tom Brady's pretty punchable. He's got like a punchable face. You're just like, man, this guy, he thinks he's the best, doesn't he? I guess he really is, but
All
yeah, he
those
was.
trophies to back it up.
Yeah, just like we were talking about, like that's one of the speakers. If you see Tom Brady on the list, it's like, yeah, he's got some credentials to back up his reason for being there. Why you should
Hmm.
probably listen to him. But
Hmm.
I listened to a bit of his speech, and it was, he doesn't really have like firsthand digital marketing experience, but it was like stuff to inspire you just to
Yeah.
grow your business and everything.
Well, he's a brand as well. Like he
Right.
himself has learned how to market himself in other ways besides football. To make income outside of the arena. So learning to do that and how to master your own personal brand is probably really interesting as well.
Mm-hmm. And then our last one, it's another thing that's it's already happened, but they're posting the content online. It's Inbound, which is HubSpot. We've talked about HubSpot in a previous episode a few times ago. It's this great software that helps you manage your multiple social media accounts. But their annual conference also available online. Some huge names here that can teach you lessons about business and brand identity. They had Bob Iger from Disney, a bunch of pop stars and actors, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Kerry Washington, how to build a brand with authenticity, other things about topics like leveraging TikTok before your competition does, harnessing the power of your blog posts and SEO content. So I guess the really positive thing about these conferences, you're not really pigeonholed into like, oh, I have to be available for this 4 days, 1 month. It can be something that you kind of peck away at as you go. You'd be like, okay, I have like a free hour today, so I'm going to listen to like one of these speakers, and it can just be something that you take bites of so you can get these takeaways. And you don't have to set aside a whole slot for it.
Exactly. Well, in digital marketing these days, it encompasses so much, and you need to be, not necessarily a jack of all trades, but
Hmm.
you need to have an understanding of just about everything in order to, provide a service that your clients are going to want. So, the more you can take away from these conferences, whether you're in person or online, it's definitely worth checking them out in the long run.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you find these tips helpful as always, and please send us your digital marketing questions at www.goldclovergroup.com and find us on social media, all the channels at Gold Clover Group.
And don't forget to catch us every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcasts.